Lloyd Chapman. He's the president of the American Small Business League.
American people would be just stunned if they saw what was really happening with these small business contracts.
Alarming new evidence tonight of widespread fraud in a federal government program designed to give money to small businesses.
New report out tonight says billions of dollars in federal contracts meant to help small businesses are actually being awarded to some of the largest corporations in the world.
If President Obama would stop the government from diverting small business contracts to Fortune 500 firms, it would put more money into the middle class and create more jobs than any economic stimulus program that President Bush or President Obama ever put forth on.
Lloyd Chapman founded the American Small Business League in 2003.
In 2008, then candidate Barack Obama acknowledged the issue, saying in a statement, quote, "It is time to end the diversion of federal small business contracts to corporate giants."
The SBA says the reasons for these mistakes, what they call anomalies, range from data entry and coding mistakes to acquisitions of small companies by big companies, which are then grandfathered in, to growth of a company over the life of a contract, to just plain old human error.
Felony federal contracting fraud.
Fraud and abuse.
Fraud. Fraud in the 8A and HUB zone programs and other SBA preferential contracting programs is also a problem.
The U.S. Small Business Administration has known about this for years.
Fraud is another component.
GAO help us identify considerable fraud.
In conclusion, our work continues to show that SBA is not very good at fraud prevention and enforcement.
Widespread fraud.
The program is rigged with fraud, abuse, and mismanagement.
Federal and 2 private investigations found evidence of fraud and abuse in federal contracting.
It's not random occurrences when every day for a decade, millions of dollars a day in federal contracts that by law should be going to small businesses are winding up in the hands of not only the largest corporations in America, but in Europe and even Asia.
And change is very difficult.
Why are you reducing the agency's commitment to this proven fraud prevention tool?
This is fraud, waste, and abuse.
Last year, a hefty $12 billion in federal contracts were given to, if you can believe it, names like Microsoft, Rolls-Royce, and Walmart. 2,500 big businesses in all.
To tell you the truth, it's happening because the government has adopted policies, as crazy as may seem, to allow Fortune 500 firms to get federal small business contracts.
The Inspector General of the Small Business Administration has called the problem the most serious management and performance challenge facing the SBA.
Fraud, waste, and abuse. Fraud, waste, and abuse. Fraud, waste, and abuse.
Census Bureau says small businesses are responsible for 90% of the net new jobs. That bill would create more jobs and put more money into the middle class economy than anything anyone's proposed. I hate to say it, but I think that Washington is actually anti-small business. I would want my tax dollars used to rescue the #1 lender to small business in the country. I'm a small business advocate. You can't blame me for feeling that way. The federal government is literally giving small business contracts to Fortune 500 corporations. I I disagree with the opinion that we have to fix Wall Street before small business recover. Will the chamber support legislation to stop the flow of federal small business contracts to Fortune 500 corporations, yes or no?